What's up, everybody? This is a new episode, and we have Angie and Jess with us, and they from a company or own a company called Unanda Perks. And I had the privilege of meeting them a few weeks ago, and it was really cool and very, very nice ladies. And we're here to talk to you today about what they do, the business that they run, and I think in the world that we're living in today, for them being two ladies or two females to have their own business and stuff like that, it's pretty inspiring. I was very inspired by it. So yeah, welcome ladies to the Kraft Kast.
Hi, thank you so much for having us today.
Yeah,
Thank you to the Kraft Kast watchers and viewers. It's nice to be here.
Yeah.
No, that's cool. Yeah, you guys are very excited. I was very excited.
I was very
we're
excited
so
too.
excited.
So I think just to start off, just a little about yourselves. I think maybe Angie, you can go first. What are you into? What's your interest right now? It's 2023, things change all the time.
True.
Who are you? Just a little description of who you are, what you like, and stuff.
Well, personally for me, growing up, I've always been a creative person. I grew up in Kagiso in Krugersdorp. It's a little township, so I grew up with not much, and that always made me want to be creative, step out of my comfort zone, be innovative. And that's kind of what inspired me to just start today and start Unanda Perks. But me as a person, I'd say creative, fly.
Yes, let's go.
I love streetwear, and also I love creating new things and doing new things. And I've always been that way since I was a kid. And I also I think I'd say I'm a big video game girl, a bit of a tomboy. So I think, that's just me in a little
That's pretty
nutshell.
cool.
Love it. So, for me, I've always been a creative person. I come from a family of painters. So, everybody in my family is super, super creative. So from my side, that's kind of how I got into doing, what we do. That passion really came through from a young girl. I always loved painting, and I still love painting. I paint all the time. I love watching anime, actually.
Same.
Little
Oh my
fun
gosh.
fact. But yeah, that's one of my favorite things. Another one of my hobbies is picking up a new language every month. I'm I want to learn this, and then I stick with it for a couple weeks, and then
It's
I'm
how
okay,
your brain
next.
works, actually.
Yeah.
So you
that.
actually learn a new language all the time.
Attempt. So I think I have reached up until level 1 in about 4 different
And
languages.
this is Duolingo, guys.
This is Duolingo. So, I did a little bit of French. Don't ask me to say it right now. But I did a little bit of French, very little German, a little bit of Zulu. Terrible at it, but I tried. And one of the ones I'm currently on is Afrikaans. I know it's a local language, but because I'm from Durban, you see. So,
Let's go. Same.
yeah. You
I
also
failed
from Durban?
Afrikaans, yeah.
Same. I failed Afrikaans. So now I'm trying to get back into it because, we live in Johannesburg, and wanting to travel to Cape Town as well, we need to learn the language. So
That's cool.
Really trying in that area, but yeah.
Nah, that's powerful. And I think jumping straight into it, what is Unanda Perks for everybody watching? So, what is Unanda Perks?
Okay, well, Unanda Perks, we are a digital marketing agency. We're really passionate about making brands memorable. So we do anything between content, strategy, crafting a brand socially. That's really what we do.
And that encompasses quite a lot. So
Yeah.
there's advertising, email marketing, there is collaboration. And I think what also steps us apart is we always want to make sure that we're not just trying to get you likes, we're not just trying to get you followers, get you trending, but we want to make sure that those trends and those engagements transfer into clients, transfer into profits, and obviously some shmoola in the bank is the main thing.
Yeah.
The followers can go up, but is the FNB account,
Oh, the
ringing?
notifications going off. No.
Exactly.
Yeah, I was just speaking to Darian about the same thing. And I was like, in the world that we're in today, there's a lot of companies that'll be like, hey, I'll give you some clothes, can you post for us and stuff. So at the end of the month or end of 2 months, you have all this merch, which is cool,
Yeah.
but then you can't pay bills with a t-shirt.
No, you can't.
100%.
So is that where you guys...
Yeah, totally. That's where
In
we're
essence,
at.
I'd say.
Is that, it's great to, with influencers as well, being a content creator. Similar to what you're saying, you have brands that reach out to you and they're like, hey, would love to do a trade exchange, and they're demanding this amount of content. But at the end of the day, how am I supposed to make a living out of your product? Just your product, no payment.
Of course. And that's the hard part about being an influencer, especially in South Africa
Yeah.
or starting out. And that's also something we try to offer advice on to young creators or even starting up creators.
Yeah.
That really like having your value and understanding how much of an asset you are to these companies. Because most people don't know that like I'm actually a valuable asset in terms of that company's success and marketing strategy. So, but our main focus right now is businesses, brands, international markets as well. But we just like a full service digital marketing agency, and we just love to just help people be innovative and creative and do something new and fresh.
All the
Because
time.
digital marketing is the future.
Yeah.
And, you know, we love to just help people know how to navigate that new way of marketing.
Absolutely.
Wow, that's quite cool. That's very interesting. And so, was there a reason why you guys started it together? Like, why did you guys start it together?
So, we both had marketing agencies.
Well,
and consultancy, yeah. So we both had those, but we just found that, you know, when you're doing it alone, it's a lot more difficult to manage content curation, manage
Client
reaching out,
relations.
communicating with your own community. You know, that kind of thing is a lot more difficult when it's just you alone. You know, you're only one person, you still want to have a life at the end of the day. And we both bring different things to the table.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
so I feel like coming together, we brought our skills, we brought our personality.
It was actually a crazy story.
It was a crazy
so
story.
what happened was, to give you guys the tea, so what had happened was I was following Jessie on Instagram, and I saw that she's a content
Yeah.
creator. She's always creating content. And one thing, I'm a very analytical person, and I love doing the background stuff that make things work, but also being on the forefront. And I needed someone to add a little bit of a creative eye and from a different perspective. And I just like kind of slid into her DMs.
Yep, she slid
And
into
I was
my
like,
DMs.
hi Jessie, I'm Angel and I'd love to work on this with you, and like let me know. And we set up a meeting, and it was amazing. Chemistry was flying.
It was great.
And from there we decided to bring it together. And the name Unanda Perks, it's her being Perks, and Unanda comes from me. It's actually a name I had come up with my best friend from high school at
Yeah.
the time. And it's really weird, but it's just Unanda is unicorn and panda, because a panda was my favorite animal, and in high school my friend's favorite animal was a unicorn, so we just put it together,
Yeah.
and that's
And
Unanda
Perks.
Perks.
It's Unanda Perks.
And we talk about creativity.
Yeah.
That's cool because I didn't know that.
Well, there we go.
Right?
There we go.
When we met the first time, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. So that's very cool. And I think it's so important because now it has like meaning, right?
It does.
It's more like, it's not like, you know, you went and chose a name according to what you sell. It's like, I don't know, I don't want to throw shade on anyone, but
Yeah.
like, it's like, I don't know, like, for example, like if you're an hairstylist or something, it's like always hair by Shaylin or hair by
Yeah.
Angie or nails by this. Or, you know, it's like,
It's a bit overused.
exactly. And this is very unique. And I think it ties
Thank
into what
you.
you guys do,
Yeah.
which
Absolutely.
is so cool. So like, how long are you guys doing Unanda Perks now?
Since August of this year.
So it's
Okay.
been since August, and
Yeah.
so far we've had about 5-6 clients. Obviously it's just the two of us at the
Yeah.
moment, so we're trying to juggle that, and it's just been such a journey. It's been amazing, it's been fruitful,
Yeah.
and I think we're just grateful to finally start, because
Yeah.
we've always
Yeah.
wanted to, individually we've always wanted to start something, and I think finally doing it and having a backing of myself, Jessie,
Absolutely.
and our photographer and videographer Darian just coming together and wanting to make it work.
Yeah.
It always came together.
Yo, shout out Darian.
Shout out Darian one time.
Shout out Darian, photographer and videographer. You know? And
And content manager.
Yes.
jeez. Jeez.
He is our content manager.
Let's call him the slasher.
Yes.
He's got so many titles. Darian slash the Levi's guy slash you know,
Yeah.
content creator and stuff. But on that note, you guys helped me with my Kraft proposal.
Yes.
That's how I met you, or kind of, you know, met you, right? Because I was speaking to Darian, obviously mutual friend and stuff like
Yeah.
that, and I sent him this proposal. I'm like, dude, what do you think of this? And you know, we used to meet like every week and so on, And it's like, you know what? There's these two ladies that I know, and Jess and stuff, and they're like, let her take a look at it.
Yeah.
And in like 3 days, I thought you guys were just gonna take a look at it. And in 3 days, he sent me like the most amazing proposal. Like, I'm not even saying this just because it's on camera. Like, for real. Like, I'm not saying this just because it's on camera, because you hear, if you speak to him, and I told you this the first time I saw you too. Like, me being a graphic designer, me being a creative myself, content creator, photographer, videographer, the guy that does the podcast, boxes, whatever, I would like to believe that I'm very creative.
Yes.
So for you to take what I done and like it just shows that what you guys offer, it's not only for people who don't know how to create stuff.
Absolutely.
It's like a fresh eye.
And I never saw it that way. I honestly didn't. And for the longest time, like for years, I was like, nah, but I can do this myself. And yes, by all means. And if you put money aside or money away from the whole equation, like sometimes it's not about paying somebody, it's about somebody having a different eye and a different approach to what you don't see.
Absolutely.
And you guys took what I do and saw it in a different way and created a proposal and this whole illustrative thing, and I was like, geez, and I'm like asking myself, like, but why didn't I think of this? Because I can do this. But it's not about what you can do and what you can't do. It's about, we can all take photos.
Yeah.
I can take a photo of you, you can take a photo of yourself, Angie can take a photo of you. All three photos are going to look extremely different. Because we have a different eye for things, we have different angles and the way we see things.
Absolutely.
And I think that's why it's so important. And when I met the two of you, that's when I realized, like, honestly, on a serious note, like, that's when you realize, you know what, just because you can do some things or certain things, it doesn't mean that you have to. Because there's people who actually specialize in this.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If you guys can do that, I can focus on my creative stuff, like the actual Kickcraft. The documents and the proposals and stuff, it'll be nice, like, if you guys can do that.
Yes.
And a lot of companies actually need that.
Yeah.
And I've seen so many companies that are really good brands, really good products, but their marketing and the way they portray themselves is absolute nonsense.
I think that also goes to just how I think a lot of big corporations have been in the game for really long.
Yeah.
Even people who are experienced, they already are in this way of thinking of marketing. They haven't hopped onto the new approach.
Yeah.
So for them, their marketing team has been the marketing team for the past 6-7 years, and they're still like doing marketing the same way, and they haven't hopped onto the new way and the new innovative way. And that's where what we always say to companies, like, we're not trying to take over your marketing, we're just trying to give insights and consult and assist you to have your vision come out visually.
And plus, I mean, the two of you ladies are young, you're in the whole space and stuff, so you understand. And it's like, there's certain people that actually use social media and stuff for, like for me, Kickcraft. I just want to go there and post my stuff, and it's like a free website, basically. But then there's you who actually, the two of you who actually understand social media. Like, you understand what like goes on with it, like what do people... I didn't know what insights and stuff was.
And even like behavior, audience behavior
Absolutely.
is important.
I still don't know what's audience behavior. You get what I mean? Like,
I get it.
So and that's exactly what I'm saying. So I think, like, you guys are in the field, you guys know what you're doing, and besides that, it's not because you're young or you're on the phone and stuff all the time, but it's just that you have an understanding, and this is what you guys are passionate about. Hence, you started the business, and that's great. And the way you guys said just August, like it was just like last month. But like the amount of content, the amount of work that I've seen you guys do or on your pages before that. So it's like, yes, it's officially now from August, but it's been a long time
Growing.
In the
that you
works,
guys have been doing content, whether it's for yourself or each other, and the three of you, whatever. It's it was really cool. So that's quite cool, man. Do you
Thank you.
I know you guys were talking, but do you guys have like any did you guys study this?
Yes, so I studied a BCom in fashion, and one of my majors was actually marketing, because in my first year we did marketing, and I absolutely fell in love with it, because at Stadio, where I studied, we didn't do traditional marketing. We hopped straight into social media marketing, because they could see, okay, this is emerging in the market. And being a content creator from 18, I was obsessed with the digital space. So I was like, I love how it works. I love how you can take a brand and literally transform it overnight with the power of social media. So I majored in marketing, and right after that I took about a gap year, and after that Angie and I meet, and that's kind of where we popped off.
Yeah, that's really cool. I mean, on my side, it was a recent passion that was kind of explored through work I had done with an overseas company. And that kind of opened my eyes to the talent that I had. But I've always been someone who understands digital marketing, understands the power of social media. But currently I'm actually studying a Bachelor of Laws. But I think it also ties into why I'm the analytics behind the
Absolutely.
business.
Wow.
Yeah.
But it's a good mesh.
It's a great mesh.
What's mesh?
Like a good combination.
Yeah.
So, you know, Jessie being...
I'm not
you know,
old,
yeah,
guys.
we're
no.
equally creative.
We're equally creative.
But I think with me, I've just always been someone who is very structured,
Yeah.
very like, I
Yeah.
wouldn't say finance focused, but I just try to make sure the business is growing.
yes.
Got you.
So that's always been my focus. And
Yeah.
I think that's why I needed someone to remind me that, yeah, the background can be cool and you can be creative, but let's add a bit more creativity in there.
Yeah.
So it just always came together super well.
Always. We're like sugar and spice.
She's a spice.
Yeah.
That's powerful, man. Like, I really like that. That's so cool. So who well, obviously if you guys are not allowed to talk about it, you'll just say can't really speak about
Yeah.
that right
NDA.
Yeah.
now. Yeah, for sure. But like, who have you guys worked with so far?
So I'd say obviously we're gonna keep it a little bit
On the-
confidential
yeah.
on the DL, but we have worked with, I'd say Sweetie Pie is like one of our favorites.
Yeah.
Being a household name brand, it's been so amazing working with them and the team. It's just been a fun collaboration. Obviously getting free Sweetie Pies is such a benefit. We love eating them.
Yeah.
So I
All the
always
time.
they're so
So
amazing.
good.
And they have a new range, a new line, and every time it's just so fun working with the team. And
Yeah.
we're also working with someone we cannot mention who is working on this incredible exclusive luxury event. And it's been amazing working with people who have experience not only in luxury content and luxury and lifestyle products, but also people who have experience in the business world completely. So right now that's like one of our biggest projects, and it's honestly so fun to work on.
Just a
And
hint,
yeah.
it's real estate.
Yeah.
So we're
And some
quite excited
cars
for
and
that.
some fashion and
Yep.
you know, it's gonna be exclusive, so we can't promote it, but it's
Yeah.
gonna be something that really changes the landscape of Joburg, like lifestyle and
So we're
events.
talking high-end cars, high-end fashion,
Extremely
Yes.
high end.
extremely luxury, dope houses, big ass
Yeah.
mansions,
Crazy.
all that kind of stuff. That's power. But on a serious note, like, for being ladies and being about your hustle this much, like, big ups though.
Thank
Like,
you.
it's very nice to see. It's actually inspiring, and I think now with the whole like with the whole move, like our era or our generation, we're all pushing the the woman empowerment and woman leadership and stuff, and there's debates and stuff, and I have my own opinions on that also, but I think it's so inspirational to see that you guys are actually putting in this much effort, like, because people don't understand, like, and I spoke about this in one of the other podcasts, like, people think that taking an Instagram picture or a reel or whatever is just like you take your phone out and you do it. They don't understand like how much thought and creativity is behind that, like the
And
angles,
admin
the
as
light,
well.
Yeah.
the admin, like you don't just take a picture and post it, like
No.
The red tape, there's
you
so
get
much.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like for you ladies to be the age that you guys are and to start something like this and be mad focused on it and to work with somebody like Sweetie Pie, because that for me is like when I was growing up, the way I'm saying it is like I'm like so
Like
old.
you're so old.
Like, and I'm not old, like, but when I was growing up, there was something that me being in Durban, my granny used to buy us these Sweetie Pies. It's still the same way, because it still comes wrapped in the
Yep.
foil and stuff, and it used to be like the tastiest thing, like it was the most amazing thing ever.
Marshmallow, wafer,
Like
chocolate.
everybody
best.
knows Sweetie Pie.
Yeah, there's
Yeah.
no one that
You
doesn't
get
know
what I'm
Sweetie
saying?
Pie.
Forget about Instagram pages and websites and that sort of stuff. You might not see that or follow that, but you go into a store, you know what Sweetie Pie is.
Yeah.
Right? And this has been like that for years, not just
True.
like now. So that's really cool. I mean, that's a big name actually.
Thank you.
Yeah.
that's quite a big name in South Africa, and I think it's cool because it's national. So it's cool that you guys work who get seen.
Absolutely.
It is really great. I'd say for myself, I think the hustle is hard, especially balancing with school, but I think it's just always been what we wanted to do.
Yeah, always.
Such a big passion, and I think from my side personally, I just grew up with a really strong woman, and I think that's what made me realize that, like, if I want something, I really have to go get it, and if I believe in it, screw what anyone says, screw the conventional path.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna do it because that's what I want to do.
Yo,
Absolutely.
And there's a lot of
Let's go.
fear. There's a lot of
There is
fear
a lot
with
of
it, and you
fear.
get scared, but you need to know that it's your life and you've got this.
Yeah.
Like, you just have to keep going, believe in yourself. And I think my mom really instilled that in me of you don't have to take the conventional path. You don't have to be average. You can
Yeah.
be extraordinary if that's what you want.
Absolutely.
And I really think that's what everyone needs to remember
Yeah.
when you're on the hustle.
Love it.
On that note,
On that note,
shout out to all the parents
Yeah.
that support their kids' visions, dreams, and what they actually want to do. We all come from a place, being from no, we all grew up. My parents weren't like this, but I know so many of my friends that were forced into being a teacher or a doctor or
The
whatever.
conventional
Oh no,
route,
my
yeah.
dad wants me to be a dentist or an accountant or that, and they do it. Yes, they're intelligent, but they fall off, and you find out that they waste their time
Yeah.
doing this stuff because they study and they spend all this cash, and it's expensive, right?
is.
And not everyone can afford it either.
Yeah.
And they're still being forced into that. It's something that they don't want to do. And I think in the world that we're living in now, and I think parents realize that, okay, geez, it's actually a new era. So when you say, I want to be a social media or
a gamer.
a gamer,
Yeah.
it's like they're like, you want to play games? How are you going to get paid? And then you start seeing all the people that's driving Lambos and stuff by playing FIFA,
Exactly.
right? And I think parents, a lot of them, well, I don't want to say modernizing, but they're understanding.
Yeah.
But there is still some parents that still go the old school route and like, nah, you're gonna become a lawyer, you're gonna become a dentist or a doctor or whatever the case is, and you get forced to do things. And so shout out, man, that's proper inspirational. That's
Yeah.
like, and it's nice to know, because remember, like, your home is your backbone.
Yeah.
So to
True.
know that you have the support there, it's like, it
It's
just makes you
unreal.
more powerful.
It really
Absolutely.
does. But I do still love law. So I do love law, but I think it's just, when you just have an intuition and your passion, you know where your passion lies.
Yeah.
Yeah, but like, you're doing this now as well. You like law. Like, who says that you can't do 3 or 4 things?
Absolutely.
You know
I
what I'm
always
saying?
believe
Like-
you can keep going on and expanding on your
Yeah.
learning. Like, eventually I want to get my philosophy degree,
I can see
You
that.
can.
for
Can you see it?
I can see it.
Thank you.
Like, and that's what I'm saying. And like you said, like, you don't care what the conventional way is and stuff. You're just gonna go and get it. And I think to have that mindset now, that's the winning mindset.
Yeah.
People
It
don't
really
understand
is.
this. Like, that's the winning mindset. Like, if I told you 3 years ago, I'm gonna start. So this, like, on Facebook and stuff, you get this these posts that say, badly explain what you do for business,
Yeah.
or like something like that. But anyway, I can't remember that stuff. And I was like, I sell boxes for shoes that already come with boxes.
Oh, I
That's
love
a
it.
good
That's a really
one.
good one. That's
That's a
amazing.
good one.
If you think of Kickcraft, honestly, is it a need? No. Is it a nice to have? Of course.
Yeah.
Right? So if I told you 3 years ago, listen, I'm gonna start making wooden shoe boxes. Not sneaker boxes, just wooden shoe boxes.
Yeah.
At that time, I wasn't even doing color boxes. I couldn't even do a pink logo. It was just 2 shades of brown. I used to use stainers and stuff like that. A lot of people told me, okay, cool. And then after like 2 months, after I sold 60 boxes, then people were like, oh,
Oh, wow.
how much is it? Can I have one? Like, can you put my name on it? Can you do one for me as a gift and stuff? And then you get what I'm saying. So
Yeah.
I don't think any idea is a bad idea.
Yeah.
I think you just have to act on it. And
True.
Absolutely.
whatever it is, like, you just don't know. Like, for me, I don't want to have the regret of not trying something.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to get to, I listen to motivational stuff all the time. Like, it's like, I don't want to get to my end of my life and just say, oh, what would have happened if I just
If I
tried?
had done that, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? And right now, honestly, people are in positions where they don't have anything to lose. There's nothing to lose.
Yeah.
Like for me to go and start another business, not every business needs money to start.
Not at all.
True. We started
And
with zero.
With zero. We
Right?
always talk about it. You know, we've started and grown this company to where it is with 0 rands. She was a student. I was taking a gap year.
We had like 500 rand though.
Literally, we had like 500 rand.
Yeah.
And we sorted out like registering our company, getting a domain with 500 rand, and the rest, it just somehow followed after we took that step.
What's domains and stuff, guys? They. Sorry, it's
okay.
It's not
It's
normal
okay.
for me.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? Like, and I can already see by the way you guys speak, like you guys are hands-on in your stuff.
Yeah.
100%.
And you take the time to actually figure out and find out, okay, what's a domain, what's this, and stuff like that. And I looked at your pages and things too, and it is.
We also did our website ourselves.
Yeah, we did our
actually.
website
So you
ourselves.
built the website yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah. With zero experience, we were just like, well, we need a website. And once again, starting a company with 500 rand, you can't afford to hire somebody to develop a website for you. So we kind of just were like, well, let's try this out. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. And yeah, we have our website.
So everything that you see on our page, everything that we do, it's really done with a lot of love, a lot of passion, and a lot of insight. I mean, a lot of skills we have to learn along the way, but most of them we just naturally have. And I think that's what makes it so sure that we're on the right path.
Yeah.
And I think that's what anyone can use to know you're on the right path. You know, when you work for hours and you have sleepless nights and you don't feel like even working.
Yeah.
Like it just feels like time flies. That's when you know you're doing the right thing. That's
Yeah.
where you should be.
Exactly.
Question.
Let's hear it.
There may be a little part of a Shay the Savage.
Oh, we can't
Let's
wait.
hear.
I
Part
love
of
Shay
it.
the Savage.
Do you think it is important for ladies to have their own business or like do something? Because I'm gonna be straightforward. A lot of the ladies these days are very entitled, right? They use looks and all of this, and like I've heard and I've known of like ladies will go out and they'll go out with absolutely no money because they know guys would pay for their stuff and whatever based on the fact that they're good looking and they're attractive and that sort of thing. So not a lot of ladies that I've seen like that actually do anything constructive, or they don't have a business and stuff.
Okay.
They focus a lot on social media, but not in a form of generating funds.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's more like personal profile. So do you think, so in my opinion, there's a lot of people that I've seen, that I know of, that, and ladies specifically, that have this entitlement thing and they don't want to work for anything because they want to be given everything for free, and they use their looks, and they have guys that offer these things to them. So it's also partly Jen's fault also, because you get these wealthy guys that are single or whatever the case, and then they want to spoil you with a handbag and stuff like that, and you feel that a lot of ladies feel that they don't need to work and stuff because now they have guys that are wealthy or business owners that just give them whatever they want and they don't need to work. So they have that entitlement thing. And then there's people like you or ladies like you who just are on your hustle. You get what I'm saying? Like, so do you think it's important for ladies to have something that's like, at least in 2023, do you think, I mean, not even business, because it's not everybody's dream to have their own business, right? And I don't think, and it's something that I always said as well, like, I don't think you need to have a business to be wealthy. Like, I really think if it's your goal to work a corporate company, you can climb that ladder faster than anybody else as long as you put in the work for it, right? But do you think it's important in the world that we're living in today for maybe ladies? Because I mean, we are pushing the woman in leadership thing, the woman empowerment.
Yeah.
So do you think it's important for ladies to have at least something like a business or?
I mean,
Oh, okay, you can go.
from my perspective, I honestly feel that as a female myself,
Yeah.
I think it's important for more females like myself to open those spaces up. But I also think it's even more important for females like myself, or females that I even look up to and mentors, to further open that space and open that gap for other ladies, and offer motivation, share their stories like I'm doing here today, share their journey. Because a lot of ladies, as much as we can say entitlement,
Yeah.
I feel as though it's not 100% always that.
Yeah.
I always feel that, like, with females, a lot of the time, you know, it's hard getting into certain spaces, not even sometimes literally hard, but because of just growing up, how we've grown up, and just the psychological factors of it, we feel as though it's hard. And hearing other people's stories, having a mentor, encouraging people. I mean, at school, I used to work a lot at this place called the Career Center at my university, and part of my job was encouraging people who are actually studying, but have no idea what they want to do, but they're studying. And that doesn't mean they think a degree is going to be handed to them and a job is going to be handed to them, but they don't have the tools. And I think it's important for ladies to open up spaces, have these conversations, and give other women the tools, even if it's just an Instagram post, talking about it.
Yeah, sorry guys.
We outside.
So shout out Jasmine Fusion again. We at Jasmine Fusion, and we sitting on a very nice outdoor space, like a patio thing, and doing this podcast. So it's so sorry. Yeah.
No worries. And I think it's just, you know, a lot of people don't have the tools, and I think it is important for women to progress themselves in whatever way they feel best, and it's more and more important, in my opinion, to open those spaces up if you are a lady that is in that position, and offer opportunities. And that's just how I see it. And I think women leadership, the biggest part of being a leader is sharing that with others and encouraging others. And that is what a leader is. And I think that is what is important.
Yeah, absolutely. I 100% agree with you. You know, I will always respect another woman's hustle. You know, if you want to go out and get your Birkin bag for free, do it, you know. But, you know, growing up with younger sisters, I have always tried my best, being the eldest, to inspire my younger sisters, you know, and make sure that, to tell them, like, hey, you need to be able to do things without a man, without a partner, you know, or without your parents helping you, you know, because, you know, my parents will go to the ends of the earth for my sister and I. However, it's important for her to build things on her own, you know, and I've been encouraging her these days. She's around 15, and I'm like, you need to start something. If you don't want to start a business, figure out what you're passionate about and work hard at it.
You see, that's powerful, man.
It is really powerful.
Yeah.
And you're so right about people around you. I mean, even with myself, I wouldn't say I was never this well-spoken, even with public speaking.
Yeah.
About
And
that.
I actually I had a mentor at school. I still do. Her name is Relabugile Maumela, if you happen to watch this. She literally
Shout
shaped...
out. I'm not going to be able to say that again.
Level.
Shout out Level.
She literally shaped me in so many ways. Like, just, that's an example of a woman who is a leader and offers you the tools to better yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that's what every woman should be.
Absolutely. I 100% agree.
That's powerful. Those are very... that wasn't a...
South Africa.
Yeah. that wasn't a... not necessarily a planned question, but I think just being here right now and speaking to you guys, the two of you ladies. And by the way, you guys speak really well.
Thank you.
Like, extremely well. Like, it's... And I know it's not because of the podcast, because when the first time I saw the two of you, like, you spoke like this too, and it's like you guys speak really well. So I don't know whether it was, but you weren't selling anything to me, so it wasn't like a sales pitch.
Yeah.
But it felt like one.
It felt like one.
I'm always on
like,
sales mode, I think.
Oh yeah, always on sales mode.
Like, it felt like a sales pitch. Like, you guys, like, I felt like maybe there was like a presentation behind it that you guys were like trying to show
And we're
me.
always like that.
And I think, and it shows the passion in what you guys do. Right, it shows the passion. I can hear it, and I'm sure everybody can see that too. And about this topic that we just spoke about, I think it was something that I wanted to. Yeah, as I'm saying, like, I'm sitting here and I'm speaking to the two of you, and it made me think of that because this is very inspiring. The way you guys think, because I think it's also the mentality and the mindset, you know, of people and that sort of thing. So that was very inspiring. And yeah, so that's very cool. I'm obviously gonna show both of your personal pages.
Yes, hit a follow.
Both the Instagram pages and then the Unanda Perks page and stuff. I'll post in the description of the video. I will post the website links, all the Instagram links and that sort of stuff. So I know you guys are gonna go want to check their pages and stuff, so you can go and check that out, and I'll post that towards the end, and you know, some screenshots and stuff. But like, towards now that we're at like basically like the ending of the podcast, more or less, the introduction. People know a little about you now, know what you guys do. Do you guys have any tips for not necessarily people that want to start a business like this, but just content creation tips?
Okay.
Like there's a young female male in school right now. They on Instagram, they don't have any posts yet, but they follow a lot of people because they really like what they see. How does one get started? Do they, it's not, this is a question that is talking to me also, right? Like, I mean, I see a lot of people posting brand stuff. So do you mix personal and brand, or if it's because that you want to start a business, do you have to maybe just focus on that? Or like, because I know Jessie, your page is like personal and
yeah, it's
because
a combo.
it's you, the brand.
Yes,
basically,
absolutely.
right? So I think, yeah, just some tips.
So I would definitely say, you know, if you're somebody that's wanting to get into the space, or, you know, maybe you have started but you kind of feel like you're losing your way, is you need to try and remember to be your authentic self. At the end of the day, if you're passionate about, I mean, I started my journey by posting about makeup because when I was around 18, I loved makeup. So, you know, I got my first Switch Beauty palette and I was so excited. I snapped some pictures of it, did a few makeup videos, not knowing what I'm doing with my iPhone 6 back then.
Yeah.
And I tagged them and they were the first brand to actually send me PR.
Wow.
And it just kind of grew from there. And, you know, I would post about stuff, and I think what people love is honesty. So, you know, I would receive some makeup products and I'd be like, I personally wouldn't recommend this. So remember to always just keep the essence of who you are and don't change that, and don't try and be like anybody else, because we already have an Emma Chamberlain, you know, we don't need another one. We have all these people. Just be who you are, because you're going to bring something different to the world and to the digital space.
100%. I think I fully agree with that. And I'd say number one thing, self-awareness, and that in the digital term is called personal branding. Like, know who you are, and that goes for everyone. Content creator, if you're a music artist, if you're an actor, if you're a business, if you're a brand, personal branding is the first step, because once you discover your personal brand, you then start going to what type of audience would attract with this brand. Then now you're like, what type of content does that audience want? Like, you see how all these steps happen, and you have to also, as a content creator, don't try to be everything at once. Don't be makeup, fashion, style, lifestyle. Like, pick something that you really know comes naturally to you, because you're going to be doing this a lot. So you need to remember that it needs to feel natural and organic.
It's something that you do every day, you know? And it's like, can I pick up my phone right now and tell my viewers what I'm doing? Yes, I can, because this forms part of my brand.
Exactly.
You know, and you have to keep doing that, is also putting yourself first in the space. You know, not always just trying to like please, you know, your audience and please people around you. You need to look, okay, I love this type of content and this is what makes me happy, so I'm going to post about it.
But yeah, not giving too much away. Also, you know, hit our email up.
For
but,
sure.
Just to also just say, like, obviously this is going to be for someone who's starting out.
And
I think the most scariest thing when you're starting out is just fear of, is it perfect? Is it nice? Do people like it? Do I have the right quality things? Do I have the equipment? Just start. If it's with your phone, start. If it's with your mom's phone, start. Just start. A lot of people just started. And that's always the first step.
That's my next question. Do you feel that people need high-end equipment or the latest phones and stuff? Because I feel a lot of people watching, and a lot of people don't start because they feel they need an iPhone 15 or 14 or 13.
The right hair, the right makeup, the right clothes.
Or they need to have the most expensive makeup or the best camera and that sort of thing. Do you think that's necessary, or do you? Because I personally feel that you just start with what you have and you build your way.
Absolutely. And that's something that I wholeheartedly believe in. It's something I actually talk about a lot on my IG as well, is that, you know, you need to work with what you have. You may not have the nicest kitchen, but you want to be a food content creator. You start there. People are going to fall in love with what you're creating.
Relatable
and not looking.
as well.
Exactly. It's relatable.
It's authentic too.
Because not everybody has a gorgeous modern kitchen. I mean, realistically, we all still have the same granite countertops. So,
facts.
you know, just go with it. And it's pretty much the same with clothing that you have. If you only have base pieces, start with that.
Be creative.
Be creative.
Be creative. Like, mix it up. If you really mix it up, it can be anything. And all of us, like right here, right now, sitting right here, we all started with what we have. And I mean, you didn't know Kraft would ever get to where it is now when it started. And imagine if you hadn't started because you wanted it to be perfect.
Totally. And there's no better time than now.
like I gave this. I said, wow, yeah, that's. Yeah, you guys are mad inspirational and motivational.
Congrats.
But
Thank you.
But like, it's the same thing I said. Like when I started, I just did brown boxes, and then I started painting. It didn't work, so I messed up like 4 or 5 boxes, and eventually I got it right. And then, but I didn't stop.
Yeah.
That's always
I
the
didn't.
big
I
thing.
try and find a way to do something. Like I don't like saying no, I can't do it.
Yes.
Like until I get to a point where I'm like, you know what, I tried like 5-6 times, tried different things. It's not my thing. But you just gotta try. Like you just
Yeah.
gotta keep trying and not give up, you know?
Yeah, and you have to try anything.
And people need to understand like the social media thing, all of the stuff. Like it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah.
Like you don't sleep. Okay, you can sleep and then wake up in the next morning and have like 2,000 followers, but like it takes time to build a brand.
Even the
And a
mindset.
community.
The
Yeah.
mindset.
The
It doesn't
mindset.
happen overnight.
Yeah, like it takes time to do that. So yeah, so I know you guys posted for questions. Do you guys have any questions from your social media? Because I know you posted.
You actually asked most. They
Most
Yeah,
like they
most of
asked
them.
how we started. They also asked like on my side. They asked what are how is it working with Jessie? Like is there things
Yeah.
that like do we disagree on things?
Oh
like,
yes, because you guys
Yes.
are both female, so
Yeah.
I'm sure you might disagree. Jeez, that's dope.
Exactly.
Like how? Let's talk about like.
Okay.
No,
Do you guys?
full
You guys
transparency.
obviously
Yeah, full
disagree on
transparency.
stuff, right?
Absolutely. I feel like there's certain things we do disagree
true,
on.
sometimes.
You know, because at the end of the day, just because we're such, and we're not just business partners, we're friends too. So, you know, we have those similarities, and it's like, she's my friend, and I love everything about her, but then sometimes when we get into the business space, we have to remember that we have to kind of switch off the friendship, and now we're like, okay, we're working. So she can be really like assertive with me, like, hey Jess, don't forget you need to do this, you know? And when you're in friend mode, then it's kind of like, okay, but why are you know?
Reminding me.
Why are you reminding me? But at the end of the day, best interest is the business. And the same happens on my side where it's like, she'll say, hey, I have this idea, and I'll be like, actually, can we rather do something different? You know, so we do have that, but at the same time, I feel like we are so similar in so many ways, and we honestly just do this. We gel so well together.
That's powerful.
And I think compromise is good. I
Compromise.
mean, I'm learning. I would say I think
Same.
I'm a very like get this done type
Yeah.
of person, and I think that is important. But there's also like a way to also give someone the freedom to also feel like they have that in control too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think we have a lot of compromise, but working together is really super fun.
It's amazing.
She helps me with things, I help her with things. You know, we're also human beings. We have bad days and good days. My bad
100%.
days, she helps me out.
Yeah.
100%.
Opposite sides. But we also just have a lot of fun. Like content days are super fun.
So fun.
The Halloween one was a bit crazy. I almost
Yeah.
got injured, but
It was insane.
it was super
but it was
fun. It's just amazing working together, and I think everything happens according to God's plan, and I'm just
Yeah.
happy it
Let's
happened this
go.
way.
That's
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah.
Yeah, man, that was quite.
A TED talk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
quite a, it was quite a nice conversation. Thank you so much for allowing me to do this with you, or for being part of it. And it was really cool. I think it's really nice. I think the information that you guys shared in this podcast will help a lot of people. I'm sure a lot of people will get inspired. A lot of ladies will see this and get inspired, because in terms of content and in terms of YouTube, I don't really see a lot of females in comparison to males,
Yeah.
like YouTubers and YouTube and stuff. So this is obviously for that platform. I'll obviously post like snippets and stuff on Instagram, but I know that. And for anyone that's watching, anybody that has businesses, brands, startups, and you guys are looking for really creative people to take your marketing to the next level, social media and anything of that sort, these are the two ladies that can help you with that. I'm actually going to post a little screenshot of my proposal now, so you guys can check this out. This is what they done for me, and I'll post their Instagram pages on the screen now as well. You can follow them on their personal IG pages, also on their Unanda Perks business page also. And yeah, hit them up, test them out, try them out, see what they can do for you. And yeah, as you heard them say, they're already working with Sweetie Pie and they're doing some luxury stuff. So it's not just, you know, the smaller things and stuff, but they can help you from start to finish, from smaller
Yes.
brands to bigger brands.
Absolutely.
And so I hope you guys enjoyed that. And thank you to Angie and Jess
Thank you
for
for having
coming
us.
through.
Thank you for
and
having us. It
hope
was
you guys
amazing.
enjoyed that one. Until the next one, peace.
Bye.